Tisola. This tutorial video is about how to fill up the De-suung survey form. The form contains 2 pages of questions to be answered by all the De-sups. Before I begin, I would like to share that, through this form the De-suung office aims to gather and generate an estimated data for proper decision-making. Therefore, it's an earnest request from De-suung office to take some time and fill up the forms with accurate details diligently. Now let's begin. To open the survey form, you have to click the link or scan the QR code that will be shared by the De-suung office. As soon as you click the link or scan the QR code, the survey form will open in your browser. Type your CID number. As you type your CID, most of the fields that are in the De-suung mobile app will be generated. For example, name, DID number, DOB, and gender will be generated automatically. If there are any changes to be made, there is an option to edit or change. If you are a KIDU recipient, select Yes from the options. Moreover, if you're deployed in any project or skilling program, you are a KIDU recipient. Next, enter the number of children you have, like 1 or 2, if you have any. Otherwise, keep it blank. Next, scroll down, check the field like the present address, and see whether the information given is up to date or not. You can change and update information as per your current status. Similarly, update your permanent addresses like Dzongkhag, Gaewag, and village. Next, update your educational background. Your highest qualification is a master's or bachelor's degree, and mention the course or stream that you underwent. If you do not have a qualification, then select No Education from the option. In the certification field, mention any skill certificate, educational certificate, or professional certificate that you have received. For example, if you have received a certificate in electrical, type electrical. If you have more, click Add More and type another one. Next, please mention at least the contact number of your 2 family members as an emergency contact person. Fill up their name, phone number, and relationship with you. Next, in the current employment status field, update the fields like current employment status. If you are employed, please fill up the fields like agency type, agency name, and designation. Next, mention the details of your employment history, whether you have been employed before in government, corporate, or private. Next, in this section, please enter any specific specialized knowledge or experience you have. It can be any, for example, legal, medical, engineering, computer, painting, mason, driver, machine driver, etc. Next, mention the languages you can speak. It can be a local dialect as well as an international language. For instance, like Dzongkha, English, Hindi, Lhotshamka, Khenka, French, and Spanish. Next, mention the languages or scripts that you can write as well. For example, Dzongkha, English, French, and Chinese. In the next step, if you have any pre-existing medical conditions, you can select Yes and describe the medical condition in brief. If not, you just have to click the No option. Next, if you scroll down, you will come across the uniform and shoe size, and you have to choose them accordingly from the drop-down list. And on the last page, you will see a field to mention details about your kin. This is required if anything happens to you as a De-suung. You have the option to nominate your family member, where you have to fill up the full name, relationship to that person, and their phone number. Now click the Next button, and this will take you to the page on skilling questionnaires, which consist of non-technical and technical skills. Non-technical skills include skills that you have acquired through licensing, like driving, through employment, like salesperson, or through inheritance, like painting. Whereas technical skills include plumbing, computer coding, electricians, etc. The next question is about whether you have done the De-suung skilling program or not. If you have done the skilling program, then you have to click Yes and select which course you have attended from the drop-down list. Just below this, you will again notice another question asking about whether the DSP certificate has benefited you or not. In this case, you just have to click Yes or No. But remember, if you click No, you have to justify in the empty space that will pop up. Furthermore, you have to mention at least 3 skills that you are interested in learning. For example, if you are interested in learning computer coding, then you have to mention computer coding. And similarly, there will be open-ended survey questions asking you about your interest or passion related to the organization's mission. For instance, if your passion is photography, then mention photography, where you, as a De-suung, can take photos of De-suungs volunteering in different services and portraying various stories. Moving on to the next questions, you will be asked about the roles and tasks that you are willing to take on as a De-suung. For example, you can mention the De-suung Head Coordinator, Go-J. Next, you will be asked about your expectations from the De-suung organization. For instance, you can mention whether you can get assurance about the job opportunities or not. Further, you need to select the type of task that you prefer to work in. The next question will be on the term and duration that you would prefer to work in. You will be able to select only one of the options given. You will also be asked about your working preferences, whether you want to work independently in a team or as a leader. The next question is about the choice of working location or weather. If yes, you have the option to select locations like South, North, and Central. You will also be asked about your willingness to work outside of regular deployment and business hours, and there are only 2 options, yes and no. Moreover, another question will be about personal or professional goals that align with volunteering opportunities. For example, if you are volunteering for plantations, your professional goals might be about learning about data sorting or grafting and pruning. So in this case, you have to write data sorting or grafting and pruning, which aligns with volunteering on the plantation. And here comes the last question, asking you whether you have received any listed pins or not. For example, if you have received crowd control white and blue pins, then you have to select white and blue from the checklist. After you are done with all the survey questionnaires, you have to check the reCAPTCHA button and then click the Submit button, and your survey form will be submitted. Thank you for listening, and if you have any inquiries, please feel free to call 1411 during office hours. Or you may contact your De-suung data manager as shown here. And here is the QR code for the survey form. Once again, thank you and have a nice day.